Hey, Harry here for 420 MSP coming to you from the CompTIA ChannelCon 2019 show at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. So life is good. For those of you not familiar, CompTIA is a industry trade association in the technology space, quite frankly best known for their certifications like A+, S+, and a few others. But more relevant to the conversation today, and by the way, we are having cannabis technology conversations here. That's a whole nother segment I'll do. But we're back with Jim Remke at the Point of Sale Remarketing Group out of Chicago. And Jim, I got to tell on you, you're in Chicago. It's summer. I have to believe there's humidity, and you had to go silence your air conditioner. I appreciate that. We'll go quick so you don't overheat, man. How you doing?
We're doing good. Yeah, we had the summer's finally here, and we're happy. But there's definitely humidity and need for air.
Yes, sir. You got to ride that bike early in the morning. Let me tell you.
Yep, yes, you do.
Hey, Jim, we appreciate you being a periodic contributor. We're all in this together. We're discovering what this is all about. You are, I just love it. You're what I like to think of as the last kilometer or the last mile of that whole supply chain. And so we're not going to let you get too far from us. And we'll keep doing this. But what I want to talk about this month, we've already introduced you to the community, and what I want to talk about is we're sitting in August, and everybody's getting out their calendars and starting to position the fall conference season. And so if you could rattle off a couple shows two, three shows that you're going to this fall that are especially relevant to my audience, and they can come up and meet you, including me. I'm going to meet you live at MJ Biz in December in Las Vegas. So I'm pretty excited. But Jim, go. What are you doing this fall? Where can we find you, and what's it look like?
Yeah, I'm glad, yes, because there, especially in Illinois with the January 1 rec date coming up here, there's a lot of stuff happening, so a lot of networking and stuff going on. I'll be at the NCIA Chicago. I think they're calling it like a social. It's basically a networking event. That's August 15th in Chicago.
Okay, coming right up.
Lounge, I think. And you can go to NCIA's website to find out more about that. We'll also be at Shy Cannabis, which is put on by Industrial Cannabis Marketplace. And that is in September. I believe it's the 20th and 21st. It's a Friday, Saturday. That's in Rosemont, which is right by O'Hare Airport.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be all sorts of people from the whole vertical there at that show.
Well, that's a cheap Uber ride. I love Rosemont for events versus having to go all the way downtown, man.
Yeah, it's nice because you could get in, just be right there by the airport and never have to go all the way into the city. So we're hoping we see a lot of people from, I think it'll be pretty Illinois heavy, definitely Midwest heavy. But probably a lot of Illinois with the rec date coming up. And then we will be at the National MJ BizCon show in Las Vegas in the beginning of December, like you'd mentioned. So we'll be exhibiting at those two shows I mentioned. And I will also be at that networking event in August here on the 15th.
Well, let's talk about the last show, the MJ BizCon in Las Vegas. Last year I attended, you attended. We were just strangers that hadn't quite yet become friends. And 30,000 people. I have a couple predictions because I've tracked that show. We used to hold the SMB Nation Fall Conference at the Rio Hotel off Strip. Yeah. And that's where MJ BizCon started a few years ago. I was told 7,500. Then the second year, they went up to 15,000 at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Last year was 30,000 at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Not only was it hell on wheels, and I'm going to come back to you with your insights on the broad nature of the audience, but Jim, I'm predicting with the sector momentum we have, I'll go on the record. I think this thing can top 50,000 attendees this year. I mean, they have shown the ability to grow.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me either with all of the legislation and stuff moving forward in different states. And then I know last year they just had that big, huge central hall taken, and this year they're adding, I believe it's like the North Hall or a whole nother hall they're adding to the event. So I would not be surprised if it gets close to that number you mentioned. It's a big show and it's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, so off camera, you and I were talking about the nature of the audience. Why don't you go first, then I'm going to add a joke or two about what I saw. But the MJ BizCon, you said it's a comprehensive audience. If you wouldn't mind sharing what you felt you saw there.
Yeah, I mean, the show we were exhibiting, so I didn't get out onto the floor as much as I would have liked to, but I got out enough to see, yeah, a lot of different flavors out there, from the complete vertical, everything from input supplies to, all the processing stuff, all the way up to CPG and retail stuff. But yeah, it was a pretty diverse show. I felt like we had good traffic. I felt like we had a really good booth space that helped, but the traffic was really good. We came away with a lot of great leads and contacts. So we're excited to get back in there and do it again.
Yeah. And what I was going to add to this, and then we'll let you run because, we're all busy in this rapidly expanding sector. But what I was going to add was more of the cultural effects of that show. So I attended as press. I was walking the floor doing what I do. And man, I saw it all. I saw everything from tattoos to body piercings to purple and blue hair. And I mean, you name it, culturally, let's just say the smoking area was a world unto itself outside those doors. So I don't smoke. Nothing touches my lungs, but it was a world unto itself. And I just wanted to add that because it is a serious show. I mean, you have private equity, VCs, angel, you've got the suits. Let's call those the suits.
Sure,
but boy, howdy, you can go 180 degrees the other way, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of what makes it fun and interesting, is it's not so predictable and vanilla like most of the other shows that we're used to. It keeps you on your toes. You can't make assumptions about anybody, because I've seen people who come up with the blue hair and stuff, and next thing you know, they're handing you a card telling you they have 10 dispensaries somewhere or something like that, or whatever, or they have more likely a grow facility maybe. But it's everybody's in this for a reason, and they have some objective, and then possibly it could be potential to win some business. So you always got to make sure to reserve your judgments and stuff with that being said,
Well, and I'll end on this. An observation I had is exactly that you can have the counterculture people, and when you start talking to them, you find out they have a PhD in molecular biology from Berkeley in California. And so they're smart, and they're dealing with extraction, the sort of the middle processor layer, and they're on boards at the State of California Cannabis and Liquor Control Board. And so it's the old don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Yeah,
because
100%.
there are some really, really smart people in this space. And dude, I'm just hanging on by my fingernails. Okay, I'm way out of my league. Jim, we're going to let you go turn on that air conditioner. We appreciate you turning that off for sound quality control, but I know it's humid in Chicago. We're going to check in with you next quarter, and I am certainly looking forward to meeting you live at MJ Biz in December in Las Vegas.
Yes,
all right.
Looking forward to meeting you, and thank you again for the opportunity to come on and speak with you.
Absolutely. And Jenny in the radio control room, thank you for the voodoo that you do. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.